Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the First Family of Las Vegas' daily free winner show, brought to you by the best website on the planet, your one-stop sports betting shop, Sports Memo. Now, guys, we have a great show, as we do every Monday for you, a slew of free content, great betting insights from some of the best in the industry. Let's bring them aboard. Let me run them down. We got the Iceman, Jesse Schule. Let's go clockwise. Moneyline Matt, yes. This is not a toothpaste commercial. He's got the best smile in the business. And the most handsome guy in the business, Ross Benjamin. Jesse, good morning. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty damn good, Joe.
I know. Moneyline Matt, look at that smile. I love you. You're gleaming. I had to put sunglasses on, not because I'm old and I don't want you to see my bags under my eyes, because that smile is so bright. How are you today, buddy?
Hey, great. It was a good weekend of picks. Excited to talk about it with everyone.
Ross Benjamin, pioneer of the sports betting industry. How are you, buddy?
Hey, it's all good. Boy, with that intro, I thought we were at Studio 54, Joe.
You know, I was there when I was 13. I can tell you what really went on over the balcony. I was there 13 years old.
That's stuff that's probably not meant for
No, that's for a whole different show. But being that Ross remembers Studio 54, that tells you that he's about the same age as me, because I was in there when I was 13 with some wild stuff. The basement was wild. The balcony, forget it. That's not for it. I can't even talk about those things. Anyway, guys, you know how I start every show. Good morning, honey.
Good morning. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Well, it's been a wild week. Before we start out with any of today's free winners, we're going to tell you about the week. But listen to me. We want you to hit that subscribe button. We want to hit 10,000 views. But not only that, we don't want you to miss any of the great video content Sports Memo TV has to offer. So you'll get an alert every time you hit that button. And, we've got some great stuff we'll tell you about in a second. Let's go into a few other things I want to tell everybody about. First of all, Friday night, just got paid. Body hunting, the stadium tour. Joan Jett, our friends in Poison, Def Leppard, and our friends in Motley Crue. I will tell you, one of the best concerts ever. And Joan Jett killed it. Friggin' killed it.
She did.
Then went into our good friends, Poison. And what was funny was Brett Michaels was talking to us because we were right in the front. I was throwing him chips of mine, the betting chips that we give out with the enemy. And he looked at him. He put them in his pocket. I wanted him to toss them back out to the audience. He put them in his pocket. He went, Joe. After the show, we went like this. And then Def Leppard was very good. And, I'm not the biggest Def Leppard guy. I was for a long time. I did like them. They were great, phenomenal. And then the Crew, who a lot of people were talking about, because, somebody's getting old, somebody's out of shape. No way. They brought it. It was one of the best shows I've ever seen. And I've been seeing them since the early 80s when they opened up for Ozzy. And I'll tell you what.
And you definitely got your money's worth. I mean, we
were there for like 6 hours. Let me tell you, I was there so long, I wanted to pay rent, but the tickets cost me enough. And I will tell you guys, there's a lot of talk about, because Motley Crue is supposed to be their farewell tour again. They've had more farewell tours than Kiss, but this has been so successful.
They're kind of up there with Elton John.
Elton John, yeah, but it's different with Elton, because he's Sir Elton. He could do what he wants. And now that I heard that he was up for probably making him the king of England. Now that the slot.
Oh my God.
Anyway, or the Queen of England. That's him, not me. All right. So having said all that, it was a great show. They might be coming back and doing another tour, because it was one of the most successful tours this year. We got Enrique Iglesias this week. We're looking forward to that. And then we got the Raiders home opener against the Cardinals on Sunday. Now, guys, I got to tell you, I want to apologize to everyone out there. And I want to apologize to our panel, the great people over at Sports Memo. Due to the weather, now we went 159 straight days without rain in the last 4 or 5 months. We've had a lot of rain. Not only that, we're having electrical storms, we're having bad winds. The last time I seen weather like this, a house landed on my ex's sister. I'll tell you that. All you guys, Ross like that one. Yeah, but it's true, man. It's really good. Unfortunately, and I live in a great area. We live 6 miles west of New York Hotel, 6 miles west. And we live in a great area, but it's 32 years old now, and we get hit with power outages, And we had another power outage on Friday. Unfortunately, I had to miss not 1 but 2 shows. So we've missed 4 or 5 shows over the last 4 or 5 months. We are sorry. I'm thinking about getting a generator. I don't live in Alaska, guys, but I might have to get a generator because I want to be dependable for for our fellow cappers and the great people at Sports Memo, because I know how much you guys depend on me and Dionne to come and bring it every day. But having said all that, the weather was a little funny the last few days or last week, and Ross and Jesse and I were telling young Matt before the show that we all got arthritis. And I had bad arthritis. I was on the couch. I had to apologize to Dan Kaiser. Came into town. I could not meet him. I was couch bound. But I was a little nervous because couch bound yesterday. Could not make it to the bed. Couch bound yesterday. We had another electrical storm last night. Through like 3 or 4 a.m. Then like 1 or 2 a.m. flickered. No power. I said, oh my holy shnikes.
Like,
we're going to miss another show. So I'm looking at getting a generator, a Generac, or a generator, one of these things that are like 10 dimes. I'll put it in. Sports Memo, that's on you, Johnny Detroit. But having said all that, real quick, and Ross, I got to tell you, I got about 8,000 TV channels. My father likes movies, loves movies. Got every movie channel in the world, every Netflix, every this, every that. We got old cowboy stations. When the lights came back on, I had one movie on cable, Moondoggie, starring Matthew McConaughey. I want you guys to know, with all respect to Matthew McConaughey, I'd rather take a pair of needle nose pliers and pull out every hair on my body than watch this movie. And I was stuck to watch it. It was like organized pain. It was horrible.
All right.
Having said all that, guys, later today, we only like to have a few laughs, but we got some great content for you. Once again, my apologies about Friday. Nothing, I couldn't be helped. I'm sorry. What's even worse is I couldn't do the shows, but yet I could make it to the damn stadium. I don't want you guys to think like I'm blowing you off, because you are my priority. Well, my family and you guys are my priority. So having said that, MLB show later today. Dionne and Rocky Atkinson going to be contributing. Yours truly will be hosting, so tune in for that. Sports Memo TV has a Sports Memo Today show Tuesdays and Thursdays. Dan is doing a great job. Hi, Dan. Another good-looking son of a gun. He pisses me off. Can't you guys get some funny-looking hosts, guys? I got to bring it every day. And then we've got the Sports Memo College and Pro Football forecast Thursday and Friday. And Friday, this show turns into the Family Affairs shows. I am going to look to get into get a generator here. I don't want to miss any more content for you guys. I am sorry. Thea's got a couple announcements. We'll get into today's free plays.
Free plays?
That's what it's, free plays. So take it away, honey.
Yeah, so today is Monday, and you know what that means. Today is $9 Monday over at Sports Memo. That's right. You can get a slew of $9 plays from all of the amazing handicappers on the website, so make sure you check that out today. And tomorrow is $2 Tuesday, where you have 3 Sports Memo TV contributor and hosts. You have myself, Dionne D'Amico, Joe D'Amico, and JM Sports, all coming tomorrow at you with $2 Tuesday.
If I'm not mistaken, it says Joe D'Amico first. I'm the headliner. I'm the headliner. You could be listen to me. You could be my Paul Newman to my Steve McQueen, okay? McQueen had to have his name an inch above Newman's in the Towering Inferno. So it's Joe D'Amico and Dionne D'Amico. You're next, all right?
Okay, I'll remember that for next time.
We got some great free stuff. Let's go to Ross Benjamin, who Ross Benjamin brings it every week. I was hitting him up before because I'll tell you about how I had a bad weekend. And the transparency that you get from Sports Memo Cappers is unrivaled. Ross brought it again. He has been doing this for years. And you know what? I love having him on the show Monday because he sets the pace for the entire week. And he always brings a smile to my face. All the stuff I was telling you, the arthritis, the weather, the bad weekend, all added up. And Ross is Joe. You're the best, man. And even Jesse, man. Jesse Joe. Yeah, he said something nice about me, about being a draw and, that I bring it. So I appreciate you guys. And Moneyline Matt, of course, he smiled at me, so that made my day. So, guys, let's go to Ross Benjamin, who's got some stuff he wants to tell you about that he's excited about on the premium side, and he's got a nice free play. Ross, take it away.
I got one question before we get going.
Sure.
It's for Dionne.
Sure.
Am I still your backup husband after you were around Brett Michaels?
Okay.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure you didn't have anything on me.
We better tell Brett that, but you got it.
Anyway, I had to ask that question because I was getting a little insecure there, Dionne. Anyway, it was a great weekend for me. I went 8-4 combined between my college football and NFL picks, highlighted by yesterday a 10-star top play in the New York Football Giants plus 5.5 outright over Tennessee 21-20. College football right now 9-4 on the season, so we're rolling. And big week coming up again in college football as well as the NFL. And NFL and college football combined, Joe, 23-11, 67.6% since the tail end of last year. So you want to jump aboard, because I was very disappointed with the last weekend's sales. I'm doing very well, folks. I don't know what you're waiting for. I know there's a lot of great cappers at sportsmemo.com. Give me a taste, and I'll put some money in your pocket. Anyway, free pick. Texas Rangers at the Miami Marlins tonight. That's game 2 of a doubleheader, 7:10 p.m. Eastern time. Right now, Texas is a -125 money line road favorite. You know, Miami started out 23-20 at home this year, but since that time, 5-21 in their last 26 in South Florida. And this is also a Miami team on the year as a home money line underdog of +100 or greater, which they are right now. A miserable 7-24. Braxton Garrett gets the start for the Miami Marlins. He's a left-hander. He's 0-4 in his last 14 starts with a 4.22 ERA, and he doesn't figure to get much support from a Miami bullpen over their last 7 games. A 5.11 ERA, a 1.62 WHIP, and allowed 5 home runs in a little over 24 innings pitched. Texas, a terrible 37-59 versus right-handed pitching this year, but against lefties, 23-20, including 13-9 on the road. And John Gray gets a start for the Texas Rangers tonight. 1 start against Miami this year. It came at Miami, and that was in early July, and he allowed no earned runs in 6 innings pitched. So a stellar outing there. Look for another one tonight. And the Texas bullpen, unlike Miami's, has been very good over the last 7, 1.24 ERA. Oh, and you know what? Both of these teams are ice cold. It's taken the lesser of 2 evils, Joey, and I'm going to take Texas -125 at Miami in game 2 of the doubleheader tonight, which starts at 7:10 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure, folks, game 2 and the starting pitching matchup, John Gray versus Braxton Garrett.
Great stuff from a pioneer of the sports betting industry, Ross Benjamin. You know, I love having you on the show, Ross, because you are not just a friend of mine. You're one of the best in the history of this business. You bring it every time. And I got to tell you, Monday mornings, man, whether we win or lose, man, you bring and you blew and you won again this week, and I'm happy for you. But, you know, you bring it every Monday. And it's amazing how you can bring it. And, you know, here I am. I'm feeling sluggish today. I'm my arthritis, everything. But yet you put a smile on my face, and I love it. Guys, go after this show. Go follow Ross Benjamin. You're going to follow him to the bank. Remember, the game he gave out, game 2. By the way, Ross, you know, we always have comments about you. Justin McKelvey, who comments on every show, loves the Rangers pick, loves Ross, by the way. We love you, Justin, too. Guys, go follow Ross after the show. We got some of the best customer appreciation discounts in the world, let alone this business. Go over and follow Ross. You're going to follow him to the bank. Now, once again, Ross, you know, he's a model. He's got to jump on a plane. I don't know if it's Pago Pago or Mykonos. God knows where he's going.
I'm going to Thailand. I'm going to see Jesse. Because
that's great.
I told him that listen, I was on the Pittsburgh Panthers on Saturday. He was on the opposite side. And Jesse, I got to tell you, there's a lot of skill in picking Tennessee minus the 6.5 when they went 7 by 7 in overtime. So I have to make the trip across all those time zones, Joe, to go see this guy. I hope he at least buys the first beer.
I got news for you.
You got it, Ross. You got it.
He's the guy in Thailand that you got to know. I'm telling you right now. You know, there's Jesse and there's nobody else. And I love Jesse for that. But you know what? Knowing Jesse, dinner's on him. Hell, you know what? The whole weekend might be on him. You go down there. But, guys, go follow Ross. He's going to take off. He's going to get his plays up that, you know, you need to go follow him later. And you know, he walking like he talking. He bets what he puts out. He's got to get his bets in. Ross, it's always a pleasure to start off every week with you. We appreciate you always bringing it, buddy.
Well, I appreciate you guys. Matt, Jesse, Dionne, Joey, have a great week. Knock 'em dead, my friends.
Bye, buddy.
You too,
Be good, buddy. Have a great week.
Yep.
Guys, I love Jesse, and I know you guys love him too. You know, all your comments go really appreciated by all of us, and they're always so positive. You know, something that I'm positive about is Dionne D'Amico, who whooped my ass this weekend all over the place, which, you know, as long as D'Amico's on a leaderboard, I'm happy. But she's on multiple sport leaderboards. She's ranked, I think, number 4 right now in college football. 5-2-1 this year. Right?
Yes, I am.
NFL was not great to me yesterday. I don't think it was too good to Dionne, but she didn't take a bit like I took. I'm going to tell you about that when I go, but I will tell you, she has been a leaderboard fixture for a year and a half since she's joined the Sports Memo family. And, you know, you're going to follow anyone, follow Dionne. You're going to follow her to the back. She's got some things she wants to tell you about on the premium side, and she's got some fun stuff for you on the free side. Dionne, it's all you, babe.
Thank you very much. Like Joey did mention, I am the number 4 capper over at Sports Memo in NCAA football at 71%, going 5-2-1. I did have not a great day yesterday in NFL. I did go 0-2, but I am still hitting 67% of my NFL releases. I thought both the NFL card and the baseball card were a little tough today, so I did pass on all of my premium plays, but I will be back tomorrow for $2 Tuesday. So make sure you come on over to the site and get my $2 play, or better yet, get all 3 of the amazing cappers for just $5. You can get myself, Joey, and JM Sports for $5. But for today's free play is going to take place on the Diamond, where the Cleveland Guardians host the Los Angeles Angels in game 1 of a 3-game series. The Angels have not been a good hitting team this season, averaging only 3.84 runs per game. The Guardians aren't that much better, scoring 4.17 runs per game. Today we have Reed Detmers and Connor Pilkington as scheduled starters. Detmer, he is 5-5 with a 3.67 ERA. And in 2 career starts against Cleveland, the left-hander is 1-1 with a 4.15. Pilkington, he's 1-2 with a 3.99 ERA. The lefty has spent most of the past 2 months at AAA Columbus and has never faced Los Angeles. But these 2 pitchers haven't thrown a whole lot as of late. Detmer, he hasn't pitched in 10 days, while Pilkington has thrown only 2 innings since late July. In the last 6 meetings between these 2 teams, the total has gone under in 5 of the last 6. And when playing in Cleveland, the under has hit 4 of the last 5. The under is also 3-0-1 in the Angels' last 4 road games versus a left-handed starter, and 5-0 in the Guardians' last 5 versus a left-handed starter. So I see this as a low-scoring game here, so I'm going to go ahead and take the under.
First Lady of Las Vegas, who's killing it on free plays. On every show she contributes to Sports Memo TV, says Angels Guardians under 8. Follow her. You follow her to the bank. Also, guys, tomorrow's $2 Tuesday, but we still have some great customer appreciation discounts available. Go over after the show. Follow Dionne. She's on all the leaderboards. You don't believe me? Go look for yourself. Let's bring on the whole crew. Guys, Jesse crushed it this week. And once again, I'm going to tell you about my weekend when it's my turn in the lineup. But Jesse was I know I kept a little, keeping track of what he was doing. He absolutely killed it. When I tell you he killed it. He might be wanted in different countries for killing bookmakers right now. That's how much he killed it. He's good. And he's a wanted man anyway. Just because he's friends with me, he's a wanted man. But, guys, he really did. He killed it this weekend. I'm going to let him tell you about what he did. I'm going to let him tell you what he's excited about on the premium side, and I'm going to let him tell you about another free winner. And guess what? It's for the Monday Night Football game. Jesse, the floor is yours.
Well, Joe, you heard Ross complain about being on the opposite side of an overtime game against me. He doesn't know the half of it, because on Saturday I had 5 college football games, and being here in Thailand, I watched the early game, UTSA and Army. That game went to overtime, and Army won it. Then I went to bed, and I woke up, and I went 4-1 with college football. I thought that's pretty good. Looked at the scoreboards. All 4 of those winners came in overtime, and they were crazy to be 4-0 in overtime games on Saturday. And then all I did is follow that up with a 6-0 Sunday with NFL, 7-1 overall when you include player prop bets. So, I'm feeling pretty bulletproof right now. I'm not going to put out anything premium for the NFL game tonight. Instead, I decided to come on this show and give you guys my play for the Monday Night Football game. And I was going to mention, when you go 8-2 in the preseason, you get off to such a hot start with college football, 6-0 Sunday. People start to think that you're reading it out of a script, like you got the Marty McFly Sports Almanac from the Back to the Future movie or something. So let's run with that. Let's just assume that I'm reading it out of a script from the Marty McFly Almanac. Seahawks open +3.5. That game's been bet up all the way to +7. You can never be on the wrong side of that kind of line movement. The value is with the Seahawks. And if I'm reading my game script, I'm going to say that these teams are going to exchange field goals in the first quarter. It's going to be a 10-10 game at halftime. It's going to be 17-17 after 3 quarters. Seattle is going to kick a field goal to go up 20-17 with 2 minutes left. And then Russell Wilson's going to walk it off with a TD drive, 24-20 in the final seconds. That's the story. You heard it here first. If it happens, I want you to name your firstborn child after me.
Sports fans, I got to tell you, you can't get more specific than that. I got to tell you, when it does turn out like that, we know all you guys are going to go and follow Jesse because he's winning anyway. But you got to love Jesse Schule, guys. You know, he opened up. He did very well in the preseason, 8-2. He great first week last week, great second week, full week of college and pro football this week. He's walking on like he talks it. He's getting you paid. So you know what you need to do? You need to go over to Sports Memo after the show. Follow Jesse with the best customer appreciation discounts anywhere in the business. You'll be following him to the bank, whether you bet $5, $50, $500, or $5 a game. He's a capper for you. Jesse, we love you. Jesse's going to stick around. Even though he's good looking, just as good looking as Ross, he didn't have a model shoot today. We are going to go to somebody who could be a model. It's pissing me off. I love Matt. You know, Matt is one of the brightest young minds. And I'm sorry to say young mind, but you look young, especially compared to me. You look young, one of the brightest young minds in the business. And he's doing some great work at Sports Memo. He writes some columns. He does some things. You know, and prior to working with him, I did look at his past performance. The kid is a winner. I don't mean to call you a kid. It's just that I'm so old. So anybody in their early 50s could be a kid to me. So let me. So Moneyline Matt is going to tell you what he's excited about on the premium side, maybe what's coming up over the next few days, and he's got not one, but 2 free releases, one for a Monday and one for a Thursday. Matt, the floor is yours, buddy.
All right, Joe. Well, I greatly appreciate it. I did not have as good of a weekend as Jesse. Don't know if you can beat that, but I did go 2-1 on my official NFL plays. Felt great about that. I had Bills -2.5. I had the first half under for New England and Miami. And unfortunately, I put out my San Francisco play a little early at -6.5 and saw all that rain. I was a little iffy about it, but the play was already out. Now, today, though, I feel like I have a great play and great opportunity with Javonte Williams, running back for the Denver Broncos. Okay, last year, Javonte Williams had 7 touchdowns. He had 4 rushing and 3 receiving with around 200 carries because it was kind of a split backfield between himself and Melvin Gordon. Now, going forward, Javonte Williams is that guy. I expect him to see around 50 more carries plus this year, and with that means more opportunity. When the Denver Broncos are in the red zone, on top of that, Javonte Williams is the goal line back. Now they have Russell Wilson at quarterback in addition to that, and that only helps because you bring in the play action game with Russell Wilson, helps to soften the defense a little more. And I'm expecting at least 3 more touchdowns from Javonte Williams this season, making it around 10, and also giving this around a 58% chance to hit. This is +110 across multiple sports books. I believe it should be more around -110, -120. So I think you're getting a discounted price here tonight with Javonte Williams. I love Javonte Williams to score. Seattle Seahawks have one of the worst defensive lines in all of football. They are now without middle linebacker Bobby Wagner. So again, I think this defense is a little softer than usual. So again, Javonte Williams +110 for anytime touchdown score. Now, when looking at Thursday night football, we have the Chiefs and the Chargers, and the Chargers are getting +3.5. Last year, the Chargers beat the Kansas City Chiefs and took them to overtime. I think this LA Chargers defense is much improved. You saw it recently going against the Raiders. Someone like Derwin James with his coverage skills, with his ability to blitz. You know, the Chiefs did go out and just beat the shit out of the Arizona Cardinals, but I'm not surprised by that. The Arizona Cardinals, to me, are going to be one of the biggest fall-off teams this season next to the Tennessee Titans. Okay, I actually had the Arizona Cardinals finishing 7-10 this year. So again, I think this is more about the Cardinals than it is the Kansas City Chiefs. Now the Chiefs face the LA Chargers led by Justin Herbert. Yes, I do think the absence of Keenan Allen might hurt a little bit, but you saw guys like Gerald Everett stepping up, their tight end, the receiving style tight end they brought in. Mike Williams is going to step up. They had some rookies come up, make some big grabs, some touchdowns. So again, I like this LA Chargers team. Khalil Mack, Bosa coming off the edge. I think that's going to be a different look for the Kansas City Chiefs. And even if the Kansas City Chiefs win, give me the +3.5. I like the Chargers here at +3.5 and Javonte Williams +110 anytime touchdown score.
Not one, but two free plays to start of your week in the NFL from Moneyline Matt. Guys, Javonte Williams, anytime score, +110 tonight. He thinks it should be -110. He's been right on every prediction he's had on this show so far. And, guys, he's got Thursday Night Football. Thursday Night Football, Chargers +3.5. Guys, you got to follow Moneyline Matt. He is one of the sharpest guys in the business right now, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to ride him with both of these bets tonight. And I've been doing this for 30-plus years here in Vegas alone. If I'm riding him, you better ride him too. Look at Jesse. What's Jesse doing? He's doing this.
Time to turn down the volume, folks.
I love him. You got to love this show, guys. We have a lot of fun. It's Monday, and nothing could get me in a better mood, even though I can't move. Weather's still crap. I got to spend an extra 10 dimes on a generator after losing about 50-something thousand this weekend with juice. Hey, I got crushed for about 50 dimes this weekend. And it was opening weekend. If this was 4 weeks in, that might be 150. So having said all that, guys, please follow Moneyline Matt. You're going to follow him to the bank. Matt's going to stick around. It's time to turn the volume down, guys. I've got to get excited this week. I got to tell you, I get to wake up with my wife, my love of my life, hang out with Moneyline Matt, Jesse, and Ross on Mondays, and I get to hang out with all of you out there. But I'm going to be very honest, and I'm going to talk turkey. And, honesty and sincerity is, they're usually 4-letter words in this world, let alone some people in this business. Having said that, I had the poorest weekend I have had, and I checked my records, folks, since the third week of October 2016. Now, that's approximately 6 years since I had a weekend like the past weekend. I really crapped the bed. Not making any excuses, I will tell you this. That 2016 season, from preseason football through the Super Bowl, #1 in NFL, from the last week of August to the national championship, #1 in college football. I finished #1 in both. I hit like 70% between both. That's true. You can look at it. Look at my past performances. I won't lie. But I had the third week of October, I went 0 for the weekend. When I tell you the 0 for, I pooped the bed. I'm telling you now. But I went on my radio show. I had a big radio show, a national radio show for CBS. And I said, guys, I will not lose a game this week. I promise you. I went 11-0 that week. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I am going to do everything I can to get everybody paid, and I make no excuses, and I take full responsibility for pooping the bed last week. Man, and just like my favorite gambling movie, well, one of my two favorite gambling movies, The Original Gambler with James Caan, not that Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch BS, all right, that they tore that movie apart. And he says, well, and I didn't check scores, but somebody hit me up and he jinxed me. He says, wow, we're winning all our games at halftime. They don't pay at halftime, Axel. That's from the great gambling movie. So I did poop the bed, but I want to tell you, I'm passing tonight in the NFL Monday night game. The line scares me a little bit, and the last few weeks on Mondays, we've come to see that the pickings were a little slim on Monday's baseball card. So I passed there too, guys. Unless I'm totally sure of something after this past weekend, I'm not going to gamble you with your money. And after dropping probably with juice 50,000 this weekend is what I dropped. And she still loves me. I can't believe it. But, I don't have weekends like that. I will come back. I will redeem myself. I will come back with a vengeance. And like Jesse said, you'll name your next born after me. I will redeem myself. Let's go to my free play for tonight. And I love you guys. Thank you. For today's free play, we're going to go over to the Diamond, an AL matchup between the Houston Astros, Detroit Tigers. Well, the Astros are the first American League team to hit 90 wins this season with a 12-4 victory over the Angels on Sunday. They're going to make a push for 100 win, folks. Trust me. They want those 100 wins. And what's better opponent to face to get them closer to that goal than the Detroit Tigers? They've had their way in the series, taking 4 straight overall, and 8 of the last 10 in Detroit. They've really had their way with the Tigers, guys. I really do like, let me rephrase that, the pitching matchup here. Framber Valdez, Eduardo Rodriguez are scheduled. Valdez, who's 14-5 with a 2.64 on the campaign, he's going to look to avenge his last outing. The left-hander was on a 6-game win streak. And when it was snapped less than a week ago in a loss to Texas, and he actually pitched pretty well. I think he only allowed 2 earned runs. But still, he's going to look to get back on track. These last few weeks of this season, these starting pitchers, especially these winning pitchers, they need to establish themselves again. What happened up until this point, we both know that come the postseason, it's a whole different monster. So they need to go into the postseason rolling. And this guy's got what it takes to roll, and they certainly give him the run support. Not going to say anything bad about Rodriguez. I don't think he's the worst pitcher in the world, but he comes off his worst back-to-back outings this season. Facing the surging Astros lineup, it's not going to better a situation, guys. Houston 5-1 the last 6 on the road, while the Tigers 1-5 the last 6 at home. Take the Astros on the run line. I like it. Let's bring everybody back. Now, I did pass today, guys, but like I said, particularly after this weekend, I wasn't going to gamble with your money. I rarely gamble with your money. It was a bad weekend. Fortunately, I have very few of those, and so I get it back. I know I'm harping on it. It pisses me off. Not even the 50+ that I lost. It is that it pisses me off that I let you guys down, because I take a lot of pride in the fact that you guys put your heart in winning in me, Joe D. Jesse said something nice to me before the show. Ross said something nice. Matt said something nice. And I said, I'm pissed off. And I'm a little pissed off, and I'm hurt for everybody out there that trusted me. So I'm not going to harp on it anymore. I'm probably going to harp on it, but it pisses me off, and I'm sorry. And I'll do the best I can, and I'll get you guys back. I promise you that. Let's run down a few things. First of all,
we got a couple more.
We got a couple more comments. Well, look at this. What's up, Joe and Dionne, our buddies Raven Ron? A lot of people out there. Oh, look at this. Anthony, hey, Ant. He said, thank you. We love you, Ant. We got KJ's in the house.
Yeah.
I love him, and he's been nice to us. And he always loves.
Thank you, Justin.
By the way, somebody, who was it that lost with Pitt on Saturday? Was that you or Jesse? Ross or Jesse? Ross lost it. See, and that we got people still saying, "Hey, too. We lost with it." I had that game. Maybe that's why you guys lost it. Everybody's like, "Good morning, Mixed by Post." Our buddy Larry was here today. Another week of winners. Yep. Good morning to my favorite show by Groovy Meister. And we got some. Hey, Alvaro. Hello, Alvaro, and I love that name. Alvaro should be a fighter, and I want to be his announcer. Alvaro Gallego. I love him. We love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to run down the free plays real quick. Then we got a couple of announcements. You know what? Let's do the announcements first. Guys, tune into the Full Count MLB betting coverage show live today, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. Tune into that before you make any of your betting decisions. Dionne and Rocky Atkinson will be contributing. I will be hosting. Dionne's got some things she wants to tell everybody about. And then we're going to run down the plays, and I'm going to get out of here, guys.
That's right. And today is $9 Monday over at Sports Memo. You have a slew of handicappers with $9 plays today. So make sure right after the show you head on over to the site, pick up those amazing winners. Also, tomorrow is $2 Tuesday. That's right. You have 3 hosts of Sports Memo TV, Joe D'Amico, Dionne D'Amico, and JM Sports. $2 a piece, or you can get all 3 of our amazing handicapping picks for just the low price of $5.
$5. I'm telling you right now, I am not going to lose tomorrow. I will not lose it. Sports fans, let's run them down. The handsome and dapper Ross Benjamin says game 2. Make sure it's game 2. Rangers plus 105. Deal, what'd you have for everybody?
I am going with the Angels Guardians under 8 today.
Jesse the Body.
Seahawks plus 7, 24-20. You heard it here first.
Jesse got distracted. He must have breakfast waiting for him. I love him. Let's go to Moneyline Matt. He had 2 big plays, one for Monday, one for Thursday. Matt?
Yep, we got Javonte Williams, anytime touchdown score for tonight, Monday Night Football. And then Thursday Night Football, we got the Chargers, plus 3.5.
And Joey D, your sexy and savory host, as the Astros today, minus 1.5, minus 120. They're gunning for 100 wins. They want to get that. They want Framber Valdez wants to start rolling again. That loss about 6 days ago, stuck in his crow. I mean, stuck in his ass. How about that? How about that? Just to round it out. We've got Jesse. I love Jesse.
Someone else has a potty mouth.
We've got a potty mouth. Both Moneyline Matt and me. We use some expletives today, but that's okay. When you're as good looking as we are, we can curse and still get away with it. Dionne is going to take us out of here. How about real quick, Jesse? Any Monday goodbyes for everybody?
24-20. Russell Wilson walks it off. You heard it here first. You're going to name your firstborn after me.
God, I love Jesse. Moneyline Matt, take it away before we take off out of here.
Hey, appreciate everyone tuning in. As always, make sure to check out Javonte Williams tonight. Seeing him a big increase from this season to last. I think there's some great odds there. And, of course, Monday Night Football with the Chargers. Appreciate everyone tuning in as always, and go check all of us out.
There you go. Sports fans, it's that time. Dan, can you take us out of here,
Yeah.
please?
So make sure you check out all of the amazing guests on the show today. You can find Jesse over, the Iceman, I should say, over at Jesse Schule. You can find Ross over at Ross Benjamin 1. Moneyline Matt at Moneyline__Matt.
Oh, wait, hold on. I got to put that up.
You can find myself over at the First Lady of Vegas and Joey over at Joe D'Amico Wins. And don't forget to tune in later this afternoon for the MLB Full Count Show, where myself and Rocky will be joining Joey this afternoon. And make sure you tune in the rest of this week for some more free winners and a ton of guests. And on behalf of Ross, Jesse, Matt, and us, this is the First Family of Vegas.
Guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button because you don't want to miss any of the phenomenal Sports Memo TV content. This is Joe D. On behalf of the best crew on the planet. Everyone out there, good luck and have a winning day.